Art cannot be forced. It always has a purpose, and it's born from the deepest part of your heart. Whether it's the things you love, intrigue you, annoy you, or makes you sad. It always has something to tell. For me, the universe itself is what inspires an artist. Every atom, every brushstroke, forming what we see. We can't get out of what has been revealed to us. As human beings, we are in constant search to understand this work, with every science and every theory, analyzing and trying to understand the mysteries. Some might think they understand it, but the author knows it very well. Over the course of history, we can notice how we have expressed ourselves through different ways, such as painting, music, literature, photography, cinema, architecture, gastronomy, and even through the way we dress. I could talk for hours and hours about our means of expressions, but they continue to evolve and I will never finish. Our context has a strong influence on what we capture. Some try to immortalize a moment, some materialize an idea, others express an emotion, some challenge reality, highlight a problem, and seek change. Personally, I don't know when my interest in these disciplines started. I only know that I have always felt the urge to capture what I have in my head. Sometimes on paper, creating stories, because I wanted to get out of that reality that I found boring. Or when I paint everything I found because I love to stain myself with paint. And there is something that moves in my soul when I connect with those melodies. And I don't know if everyone feels that way, but when I get into that word called art, I just don't want to get out. Maybe this is what they call the love of art. Maybe it starts with a little bit of curiosity, and then you just jump in wildly because you never felt so alive before. Art can be impulsive and free, but it can also teach you to be disciplined because you want to get better, to perfect what you do, so you try again and again until you get it right, and that's your reward. And the best thing is that you enjoy the process. The art that touches us the most is the one that is full of vulnerability, the one that connects with that part of our souls and makes us feel that we are not alone, that someone else feels the same way. As a believer, I consider that art brings me much closer to God because for me, He is the great artist. And I don't even know half of His work. But here I am, curious to know more. What surprises me the most is that every human being is part of all this painting. Every little detail, painted for a reason. And sometimes we think we are a splash of paint that fell into the work for no reason. But it is because we don't understand the great author. We are sparklers of His greatness. and the artist is still working on his work, controlling every stroke, molding every space, positioning us just where we should be. And he is still working, perfecting every detail, because he has not finished his work in us. What is the best way to understand a masterpiece? To interpret it in the right way? It is best to ask the author. I like this verse very much because the term workmanship comes from a Greek word which means poem. Meditating on these words, I am wondering, why did you make me? What for? What do you want to express with me? How are you working on me? How can I know you to understand your work? I live art because I am inspired by the great artist. I observe every detail because I am part of the painting. I embrace art because it brings me closer to the Creator.